Do you know this one? Last name is Uliev.
No. No.
Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance of the Russian Federation. I won't lie you now. I'll tell you for sure. Give me 1 second. Well, that's his last name. Minister of Finance.
Chechen Republic, right?
Minister of Finance. Ulyukayev.
I don't know.
Ulyukayev. He was imprisoned. He was imprisoned after the Chechen budget was planned in 2016. He cut it. I think this was in October, and in November he was imprisoned for a large bribe. Even then Kadyrov was indignant that it was wrong when incomes were limited. What does this mean?
Don't know.
This suggests that the money should go in the same volume as it was, because everyone is issued to living on a grand scale without earning enough. And palaces, steamships, and Cayennes, Maserati, you need to buy a new one. Maintain security.
I didn't see anything like this from them. Therefore I can't say anything about it.
I understand that this is a very sore subject, and they will deny this. Therefore, I can only throw lines. Why does Kadyrov have so much power? And why is your region different from others?
Because we are the fourth largest Russian nation, in my opinion.
How many Chechens?
1,800,000 or something.
But there are other nations that are larger.
That's why I say fourth nation.
So what, due to this, they can do whatever they want? Disobey federal laws? Do you remember the scandal when some criminal cases were carried out in the Chechen Republic? Kadyrov said that if the Federal Security Service or the Federal Police come to Chechnya without my permission, then he would allow the power structures to use deadly force.
But this is when they came from somewhere and killed a local boy. This was then, in my opinion.
This is when they came to arrest...
But they didn't arrest, they shot this guy.
And then, anyway, nothing happened to anyone because Kadyrov said, "Here I am the law and I decide."
I just know what happened, but... apparently he then said that no one could come here and shoot and behave as they wanted.
You are here because the professional military, mobilized, failed with us. And Kadyrov was given a bill. Give us your soldiers. When the TikTokers ran out, you know who I'm talking about. They started recruiting you, and it's really cool when it's not military, essentially. I know that they did not go to the military registration and enlistment office by themselves. I know the conditions under which they were forced to go, forced to sign up, and they went because they had no choice. Because there they come to families and say, either he goes or you go. Was it like that?
I don't know how they went, what was there.
Why did you personally go?
I can't answer them.
Can you honestly say why you personally went?
As I say, there were jobs.
It's a funny attempt, but there is truth.
Well, there is truth. This is the truth. There were jobs.
And you?
We didn't think that we would immediately end up at war.
What about you?
The same. There was an opportunity to go to work, to have a job. I worked as a shift worker. I thought then I won't leave or move for 2 or 3 months. To do so, I thought in the Republic at home I'll be at work, so I went to work.
I really...
Constantly working in someone else's world also gets boring.
And before that, until August 22, did you have any desire to work to be a military man? Do you understand this is an absurd situation? You are not a military man. And you were sent away like meat, like the Russians. Russians are sent away like meat. You know, there are people in the cell with you who were caught, given a gun and sent away.
Before that...
You spent at least a month shooting at the range. But you're essentially exact the same meat that they are, because you are not military. You're a security guard and you are a builder. They took you, handed you guns and sent you to an unknown place and for an unknown reason. What are the goals of this entire war? Can you tell me?
Honestly, we don't know.
How come you don't know?
What are the goals?
What happening? Who need this war?
We don't know.
What were you doing in Ukraine?
There was an order and we arrived.
There was an order. If you are ordered to go to America to fight, will you go?
Not easy, you know.
Why not? Why don't you go to America?
Well, here too, probably we didn't know that we would come here or not.
So what? How is it to feel deceived? Tell me, please. Have you been deceived?
But no, we were not deceived.
Then you deceived me. You said 15 minutes ago that you did not know that you would go to war.
We didn't know, but we arrived.
So you were deceived.
They brought us.
It means you were sent here by deception, right? Well, let's do something.
I won't answer this.
So, look, it is the Lieutenant story version 2.0. When I will not answer, because if he now say that he admits that he was deceived.
No, no one deceived us. I am telling you, there was an order. We came as ordered.
So what was the order? At first they took you and told you that you wouldn't fight.
We were told that there are jobs. We went and got a contract job.
Yes.
A month or two later, they brought us here.
Nice try, number 2. Were you deceived? Well, to be honest, if our whole conversation is in the format of what we are then I'll use a different word. Slaves. Choose for yourself. Which one do you prefer? Deceived or a slave, which yours just threw somewhere unknown?
No.
Not a slave either. Are you not a slave? What
I'm
are
a
you doing
contract
here?
soldier, a military man. There was an order, we came
Do
here.
you really think that anyone who watched this video will believe in your story? That is the year of war. Really? In the month of August, the war has been full-fledged for 6 months. The coffins are already on their way there to Chechnya. And now you're telling me that we were forced into the army and we did not think that we would go to war. Do you really think anyone will believe this? With this answer you show.
I don't want to convince anyone. I am telling it like this.
As it is. So you're a stupid person who believed what you were told. Can you say that?
Maybe it's stupid, yes.
Well, let it be. You see, I came up with an excuse for you by myself. And you? Deceived, slave, or stupid?
I don't know, honestly. I can't answer that.
I understand. For what? A general question not related to Chechnya, because I understand that you will not answer. You are afraid. Well, it's logical and clear what will happen to them. Why does Russia want to take over Ukraine?
Don't know.
Please, think about it.
Honestly, I don't know. We are far from politics. We don't know.
Well, just think like a person who knows how to think.
I'll tell you my opinion.
Of course, I'm only interested in your opinion.
I'm not a politician. I'll just say my opinion.
Are you sure you're not a deputy?
No.
Then I'm interested in your opinion.
If I were a deputy, I would not be here.
Then I'm interested in your opinion.
So as not to unite with Europe, maybe because of this.
Maybe, yes, I agree. This is a partially correct answer. So that Ukraine does not move away from the vector of the Russian Federation.
I understand, but there's one thing I don't understand. It's your choice, right? So you want to be in Europe?
Yes. Is this a bad choice?
No, it is, they say, your choice.
This is our right.
Yes, that's your right. Do you want to Europe or not?
Absolutely right.
With this. Stay with Russia.
We weren't with her.
Well, yes, but now Donetsk and Lugansk are most likely part of Russia.
No.
No?
No.
Are they separate republics, no?
These are areas that are occupied by yours. We don't even know that. How far we are from politics. We don't understand why this war is happening. We don't even know why. That is going to die without understanding why that okay with you. Question, what is the population of Ukraine?
45, 49, in my opinion. 44, I
Unlike
think.
Russians, at least you understand numbers. Are there any others? In reality, it is at least more interesting to communicate with you. Because
This is my
in general
opinion.
answers all questions.
I am far from politics.
This is your opinion. It is clear that everything is far from politics, but in the end, you know there is a proverb. If you are not interested in politics, then politics will interested in you. So it became interested in you.
That is so. Well, as the saying goes,
For what all this death? Why are you betraying your history? You are Chechens, a proud people. You fell under Kadyrov, who was bought by the Russians because they could not defeat Chechnya, a country with 1.5 million people. They bought for themselves an agent, let's call it that. They filled him with money. He made himself an army. He organized chaos, executions, torture. You're afraid to talk now, just why? Because you know you're going to have problems, right?
well, if were my will, I would stop these deaths all over the world. But it doesn't depend on
So
us.
the thing is that nothing depends on you alone, but when there are 1 million people like you, it starts to depend. You're the small cog in some mechanism. Why then they couldn't defeat you in the First Chechen War? Because you were united. Like Ukraine now. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you will die in our country. And we didn't attack you. And after this conflict, you will be raking the same way for a very long time. You will pay us money. Your children will pay money. Do you know this? After our victory, there will be reparations. Your children and you will pay us for everything destroyed and happened. The lieutenant told you, right? That I showed him the photographs.
What photographs you showed? Yes, he said.
Yes, I came up with this unexpectedly. Did he tell you how they differ?
No.
Here are photographs of Grozny and Mariupol. Find the Grozny, find the Mariupol. Please. These are photographs that remain from the lieutenant. There are 3 photographs of Mariupol here. Find it, it will be cool. And we will start a call. Grozny. During the war.
This is Grozny. This is definitely not the Grozny.
Yes, this is Grozny. Point to the camera. This is definitely not Grozny. This is
This
right.
too.
How do you determine it so quickly?
Around the building.
Around the building?
Yeah, there are big high-rise buildings here. This is also Grozny.
Put it in Grozny's folder and show it.
Here it is.
Grozny?
Yes, this is also Grozny.
What street is this? Maybe you remember?
No, I don't remember the street, but what's in the photo. As for the building,
This one?
we have such large high-rise building there. No. We don't have such balconies, such as these ones.
Yeah, this is Mariupol. This one?
There is no building visible here. This is Grozny. Grozny, only the photo is old. Grozny.
Yeah. Yes, and this?
This is a temple.
Orthodox Church.
I don't know where. Most likely in Grozny.
In Grozny, that's right, because there are already 3 photographs here.
This is, in my opinion, if I'm not mistaken, is a... I don't know where it is. Where we have the tunnels. I know where the church is, but I don't know where this photo is. It could be Mariupol, it could be Grozny.
No, this is Grozny. All these photographs were printed from one article. You have survived the destruction. Why did you bring it to us? Pleasant.
No. No.
Are you still pleased in the fact that the Ukrainians fought under your flag when you fought for your independence?
Yes, unpleasant.
Unpleasant? You betrayed us.
Maybe it's not us who are the soldiers, but...
There is a concept of criminal order.
Well, as I say, we had orders to come. We are on orders.
And there is a concept of criminal order.
I don't know what the order was. There was just an order to come. We've arrived.
What is Akhmat West and Akhmat East?
Battalions.
Battalions. Do you know why you are not in it?
No.
How do you think?
Don't know.
Well, I think you can guess why. Who is in those battalions?
Don't know. New recruits, probably.
No, there's a professional Kadyrov TikTok lineup.
No, there aren't even any acquaintances among them.
Yes, because this is a closed party. You're classic representatives of murderers, looters, occupiers, if you like. Your children will know this. They will know that they are... Do you have children?
Yes, I have.
They will watch this video. How old are they?
Small, I have a small one.
We will make sure that the video remains for a long time. They'll look.
Yeah, they will.
Yes, we're calling your wife. Will she pick up the phone?
Don't know. Maybe the kids will take
What
it.
time is it there now?
18 now. They're to give or take
Well,
an
that
hour.
is... Doesn't answering.
Will this be published?
It will be. Why not?
That's what I mean. The face, I mean. I wouldn't like,
I'll ask her permission.
her face so it does not appear on camera.
Remember your last name? How? I'm not on this phone.
Not on WhatsApp.
Yes, dial the number again. Cool, it's got numbers in memory.
Yes.
How is that? From what?
I don't know. Maybe she changed her number.
Do you have any other numbers?
No, I don't remember anymore.
Well, that's it. I see that they receive messages there. Any thoughts?
Doesn't answer for the unknown number. Maybe send a voicemail.
Let's send a voicemail. I was sent your photo.
Well, she won't answer.
That's why I sent it. Send it, tell her to pick up the phone.
Call this number back. It's me.
Yes. And I have an idea. Do you want me to voice it? I think that because they know that you're in captivity, they have already talked to them there and told them, do not pick up the phone, do not communicate with anyone. Could this be the case?
I don't know. We'll find out now.
We'll find out now.
We don't know what they're in our homeland.
It's great how
It's
you are
been 2
living.
months here without communication, without anything. How can we know?
Where did you wash at the factory?
We were at a factory in the Donetsk region.
No, was there a place for washing? I know the truth.
Yes. They brought water to us there, but there was no such thing as stocking a bath.
There was no shower, I know.
No, it was a homemade design. Well, there's a bucket of water.
What does the Quran say about war?
Don't kill people.
Don't kill people. Especially on foreign soil.
Whatever he does, he has no right. Neither we nor anyone can kill people.
Why did you against Allah?
Didn't go against Allah.
Didn't he go? If you hadn't gone, I wouldn't have seen you here. This is not your war. It was not the Ukrainians who came to you in Chechnya. We didn't come for you. You have essentially the same situation in Chechnya as in Belarus. The situation is the same as in Russia as a whole. Chechnya is a state within a state, with its own laws and rules. And a dictator, Kadyrov. But if you were honest, you would confirm it. But now you will say, I'm shell-shocked, I don't know the answer to this question. And you know perfectly well.
What we know is what we know. What we don't know, we can't answer.
Well, of course, you understand the essence of the problem. People are watching and seeing it all. They watch how you respond, your reactions.
But we also don't know everything, we don't understand everything. We have answered the questions that we have answers to.
I know how you got here. What you did was not voluntary. But I'm the honest person because this I won't tell. Do you think you're the only one I've talked to?
Isn't answering, right?
But she won't answer because she's scared and afraid. Let's call.
Yes, call.
Yes, let's call her without WhatsApp. Now it will be funny if the number is also blocked.
38.
I missed something.
38.
Yes, 38. Don't say the numbers out loud because... Oh, there's a phone call. This call has already come to the mobile phone.
The user is not answering. Leave a message after the signal.
Do you understand what a joke is, how it works for you? Aren't you ashamed? Are your wives so intimidated that they are afraid to answer the phone.
Yes, she just might not hear, maybe.
Well, of course you will say so. She isn't hearing or seeing, but we are seeing the check mark read. If WhatsApp hadn't got read, well, look.
Well, yes.
View it, deliver it. View it 2 ticks. 5:30.
Here it's also a voice message. The voicemail she didn't answer either.
The
While it's
voicemail
hanging.
hasn't responded yet.
But for sure she'll call and call back.
What? 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 I didn't understand anything.
Maybe she'll call back, he says.
Yes, well, if she'll call back, so you'll be in touch. So, this is what we have, monologue of Dmitry. The next one's comrades, more precisely not comrades from Chechnya, who do not know what they were doing here, because it's an order. But the case is unique in that they are not military. They were taken and thrown away like that. In fact, they are not even Russians. Because at least the procedure with the humans was followed. This is an analogy between the DPR and LNR. They have no choice. There the scheme works as follows. There they watch, yeah, there's a healthy one, therefore they come to the family and say, either he goes or you will go. Naturally, according to family principle, there he takes it and goes. It doesn't work any other way. Well, we had such a talk before. We have been told this more than a dozen times. Your attempt, as I said, was a good try, but it didn't work. According to tradition, the captives said that their people with a wish or just to say something. If they want. If they don't want to, then they don't want to.
Uh-huh.
Do they need to go here or not? What should they take in a bag?
I don't wish for anyone to go to war. And no one needs this war, neither for us nor for you. I wish this would all end sooner. I have nothing more to say.
Will you say something?
No, nothing to say.
How will this all end?
We will be exchanged.
You... I'm
Don't
talking
know.
about global.
And we don't know about the global one. How will it end? We hope for the good. I hope it will be over soon. We hope to go to our homeland. The sooner the better.
How will the war end? Your fate is personally least interesting to me.
Honestly, we don't know how it will end. What will happen here, we don't know.
What about you? By analogy with the first Chechen one.
I wish all this would be end sooner.
It will end in our victory. Because we are at home just like you were at home in the first Chechen war. But you have forgotten how your fathers and grandfathers shed blood for your freedom.
Yes, we had 2 Chechen wars.
Yes.
They gave life and died for freedom.
Now you have brought the same war here. Thank you.
Please. We don't need this war. This is not our war.
So Lieutenant say that Kadyrov does not need war.
I know that Kadyrov helped a lot. How much he helped.
He didn't help, he bought. You understand? He bought loyalty and trust in himself with money.
They built houses and helped the poor.
Right, absolutely right.
What I saw with my own eyes.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
What I haven't seen, I can't speak.
The Russians couldn't defeat you. They bought you through the Kadyrov family. Kadyrov initially fought in the First Chechen War and killed Russians.
The saying goes, the one you can't scare, you can buy.